So I took the old D100 shop truck project to the Pic-A-Part this morning. I mean, after finally getting the carb dialed in yesterday, which you can see that video up here, I figured it was a good day to get this thing out on the road for a little bit of a test drive. Probably did about 50 miles. And overall, this thing did really, really well. I mean, there was a little bit of like off-idle stumble, which I'm going to be addressing that. And then I think there was a bit of a misfire, but that's probably just those fouled plugs that I tried to just redneck clean up and reuse. I'm gonna have to replace those. But Pic-A-Part, the reason I went to the Pic-A-Part today was for these seats. I mean, these things are roached. If you've been following the channel for any amount of time, you know I've pretty much redone the entire interior. As a matter of fact, I'll post a picture of how this interior looked when I got the truck. And the seats, well, they haven't been touched. I threw a seat cover on them, but even that's starting to fall apart. These things are roached. So, made a run to the Pic-A-Part this morning, and I picked up these. See if I can get a bit of a better angle. But these are actually out of a Dodge Neon, and these things are in really, really good condition. The driver's side seat, really clean. I mean, these things just need to be like washed. And the driver's side bolster's a little worn out, but it's not bad. But they're black, they'll match the interior. Passenger seat is, again, just needs to be washed. So let's get the old seats out and see about getting these things installed. All right, so here you can maybe get a better look at it. Here you can see I just took the seat cover off. This thing is just roached. I mean, it's a good chunk of the foam is gone. The material's just destroyed. And for the cost of having, you know, foam redone and new upholstery and everything like that, this is probably just, I think, the best or better move for now. I may eventually go with some other seats, but for now, these will work great. So I'm going to work on getting everything in here kind of cleaned up and see about reusing and how I'm going to adapt those seats to this base. But first, I gotta vacuum this thing out. All right, so here's where I'm at. At the junkyard, I measured very crudely the distance between the rails and compared them to the seat base, and it ends up that the distance between the two rails is only 3/8 of an inch wider for this seat than it is for the original mounting base between the studs, or from stud to stud. This is 3/8 of an inch wider, so I can make this work, no big deal. So obviously, because I'm mounting it to the original base, these mounting feet are not going to work. So they just held on with a couple of basically like larger rivets. So I cut the rivets, punched them out, and that left me with the bare rail. So then I had to come up with a way that would give me space to mount both the distance between the studs this way and be able to give me some adjustability sideways. So I came up with just a couple of little angle iron brackets that I marked and drilled the holes, so they'll go on like that. Now I want to weld these together, but there's a large gap there in between those two plates. So what I did was I got a copper bar, the same thickness as that rail. And then I drilled the holes, and now I can put the copper bar in there, weld the gap, and the weld shouldn't stick to the copper. In theory anyway. I mean, I've used copper as heat sinks before when TIG welding, so, and I've also used it as, you know, backers for holes. So the weld shouldn't stick to the copper. So let's weld this thing up and give it a try, and hopefully it'll all work out the way that I'm planning. Well, it took a little persuading, but they came apart, and now this come along right here, drop right on, and that'll bolt on. So now I just got to clean up all the welds, clean up all the sharp edges, and then build 3 more. So I've got everything done. Everything's sitting on the base. Everything lines up right. But what I've found, I kind of knew this from the beginning, but this mount extends far forward. It's still sitting on the original hole and everything lines up. But now I'm thinking about just kind of flipping this mount around so that the seat sits a little bit further back, but that would mean drilling new holes into the base, which honestly is no big deal. I think I'm going to do that and see if I like it. And then I'll try to fit it in the truck too once I re-drill those mounting holes, because this doesn't really bother me that much, because I mean it's mounted solidly there. This is just a bolt point. You know, the weight is still taken up by the frame, but I think I might like it better if everything was just kind of slid back a little bit. Hopefully it'll still fit in the truck the right way. It should. Yeah, I'm going to do that, and then I'll trial fit it in the truck. We'll see how it fits. All right, I've got the seat bracket swapped around. That's how it sits in the truck. Hopefully, I mean, it's kind of dark, but you can see now the front is all the way on the frame, is all the way on the frame there. Doesn't extend beyond the front. The back does, but only about there. So that's fine. The only thing I don't like, and I've never really been a big fan about this with this truck, is the fact that it's a single cab, even though the back of these seats is adjustable. The old seats, they weren't. You sit kind of like really straight up, not much of an incline to it. The base gives you the incline, but the back doesn't really adjust. Maybe you can see I've got a little bit of room here. It's a little tight getting in and out. The seat base isn't bolted in, so I do have room to slide the whole seat back a little bit, but then that would mean having to sit more upright. But that's just the trade-off when you have a single cab truck. So now I'm gonna blow it all apart, and I think I wanna powder coat those little brackets. So if you've been following the channel for any length of time, which by now I don't know why you're not, it's simple. Hit the subscribe button below, doesn't cost anything. You'll know that I built this little DIY powder coating oven out of an old Facebook Marketplace smoker. I'll leave a link up above for that build. But right now I've got the brackets heating up in there. I've already cleaned them up with acetone, and they're just in there kind of heating up, cooking off any last minute oils and stuff that might be on them, any contaminants. So once they're in there for a little bit, probably like 20 minutes, whatever, something like that, I'll get them out, throw them on a little rack down here. I've got the Eastwood powder coating gun ready to go, and I'm just going to hit them with some jet black powder, and then we'll get them cooked and we'll get them back on the truck. Once they get up to temperature, we'll let them cook for 20 minutes or so. Everything's out of the oven. We'll let those cool for a bit, and then we'll get them onto the truck. Not necessarily my best powder coating job. I see a few spots where it didn't really take, but it's a seat bracket. They'll be fine. There it is, guys. A junkyard seat in the old hot rod shop truck project. Now I just get to do it all over again for the passenger side. Appreciate you guys for watching. Hit that subscribe, hit the bell. See you on the next one.